there will be a last time for everything that you do in this life. Even if you haven't done something for the last time yet, I can guarantee that one day it will be, or it has already come without you knowing. When was the last time you played a game of hide and seek as a kid? How about the last time reading that book? Or the last time logging off to leave your dog there alone for the rest of eternity? These moments in our life are not coming back. Even if you decide to do something again right now, then that moment might be the last time you ever do that thing. There will be a last time for everything. There will be a last time you visit that state, last time you eat at that restaurant, wear your favorite shirt, listen to that song, score a goal, watch a movie, pet your dog, and have a meal with your family. Understanding and really contemplating that there will be a last time for everything that you do will give you an unseen appreciation of everything around you. So a quick story, I moved out a while ago and one day returned back to my house alone and I just took a walk around. I wasn't used to the house being that silent and I took the opportunity to take everything in, and every single room had a story. Every area of that house filled my head with memories collected over years. From age 4 to 18, I slept in that house every single night. And on one of those random nights, I realized that one day I will lay my head on that pillow for the last time, sleep for the last time, and wake up in that bed for the last time. And without me realizing it, that day came, without me knowing it until I returned to that house that day. And then as I walked out of my old room, I stared at it, and I realized that I would likely never set foot in this room again, or even that entire house again, for the rest of my existence. After over a decade of living in a room I called mine, I'll leave, and just like that, I'll never take another breath inside of it again. It's such a strange feeling, knowing you'll never do something again. We trick ourselves into believing that this thing we call life is gonna last forever and that we'll always have the opportunity to do the things we wanna do. We constantly focus on skipping moments in our life instead of absorbing what's right in front of us. A lot of us spend most of our time distracted, lost in our own heads, and just moving aimlessly through time, as life just becomes this constant cycle of preparation. Like you were once a kid going down a slide on a playground until one day you took your last slide and you will never go down that slide again. How many moments have been lost to time? How many moments have passed by without us realizing that the only chance to capture that moment was right then and there, and now it's gone? How many moments did we waste, let go, and flush down the toilet due to us focusing on the past, future, or something else that doesn't even matter? I see people recording everything on their phones instead of taking in the moment. People are taking pictures, trying to look cool and try to capture the right angle for their Instagram, when ironically, the only way to truly capture that moment is to actually experience it. Those people don't realize that that might just be the last time they're ever in that situation, and recording it takes away from the one chance they have to experience that moment. Without presence and gratitude in your life, you're just a cloth blowing in the wind, aimlessly drifting without direction or purpose. There's no substance, there's no meaning, no nothing. What's the purpose in anything if you're not actually there? If we're constantly looking into the future and have our minds somewhere else, then we can never truly live, because the only life that can be lived is right now, and that now will never change until the day you run out of time. And if you can't even be present in the only thing that actually exists, are you even living? Even if you think that you might have another opportunity to do something, how do you know? This life is not guaranteed. You've already experienced things for the last time that you swore that you have another chance at. So how can you be so confident? And maybe you can relate to this too, but towards the end of high school, my teachers would tell me that I wouldn't see 90% of these people ever again. And I didn't think much of it until it actually happened. And I graduated 4 years ago, and I maybe have talked to 10 people I went to school with. Maybe. People I would talk to daily, people I've known for years, people I would look up to, suddenly gone for an eternity. How many conversations were the last I would ever have without me knowing they would never happen again? And if I knew that they were the last conversations and memories I would ever have with these people, how would I have been in that moment? Even doing something for the first time, it's the last time you'll do that thing for the first time. Your first kiss, never happening again. Your first time driving, discovering your favorite food, your first real authentic laugh, your first time benching 225. After these moments pass by, you can never experience them for the first time ever again. Sometimes I look at my dog and become envious of her. Yeah, she's a dog and she won't be able to ever do the things that I can do, but she's so simple. Stress seems to be a foreign concept to her. She doesn't worry about what others think about her. She's only focused on the day she's living. Her next meal and trips outside are the only things she concerns herself with. Her days aren't spent trapped in her head, worrying about things that haven't even arrived yet. It's so peaceful. And lately I've been feeling a bit gray. I haven't felt appreciative or grateful for her or many things in my life, and I felt myself just going through the motions as every day begins feeling the same. So I began looking at things in my life as a term I just made up called one last trip. This might get pretty dark, so be prepared. So what is one last trip? Well, I'll give you an example. I love my dog, but like with anything, she has her annoying moments. I've noticed myself getting frustrated with her more than usual, and I felt bad about it afterwards. And then one day I just thought to myself, what if this was her last trip? If she died and she magically came back today and only today and would be gone tomorrow, how would I react differently? If this was her one last trip with me today, would I be upset she wants to go outside every few hours, or frustrated whenever she taps it with her nose while I'm trying to work on this script? Obviously not, because I can now see this moment is finite and will be gone one day. The issue comes is whenever we forget that this is the reality. Everything has a clock. Everything is going to expire one day. It might not be tomorrow or the day after that, but it is coming, and when it comes, it is over. I've also had a couple of dreams of my older dog that I lost several years ago. And it's those type of dreams that are so vivid that it feels like you're actually there. And during those brief few moments that I had back with her, nothing matters but her. During those dreams, I am fully present and focused on whatever she is doing, because I know those seconds are precious and will soon be gone, even if they're not real. Tricking myself into believing in this concept of the one last ride has given me an amount of appreciation for my dog and everything else in my life that I haven't felt in a long time. When you begin to appreciate the world around you and you realize that you won't always have the opportunity to experience it, you become much more engaged and present in the moment. First world small meaningless bullshit no longer matters to you. Time slows down and days begin feeling unique again. This can also help with people as well, because I'm sure friends, family, and your significant other can be annoying at times. But imagine, and I hope this doesn't happen, but imagine your parents die. They've been dead for a couple of years, and then for only one day, they've been given a day back to be with you. Imagine, how would you treat them? Would you still be on your phone while they're talking? Would you still be petty and start fights? Or would you be the most attentive you've ever been in your entire life and soak in every second of that experience? The answer is obvious, but we don't do this in reality because we trick ourselves into believing that this isn't the reality. It's crazy how people only care about things whenever they're gone. Whenever moments are here, we take them for granted, but as soon as they're gone, we wish we had them back. You can never know when the last time you'll do something is. It might not even be something you've thought about until now, but from this point forward, if you can carry on knowing that whenever you do something, that it just might be the last time, you'll be much more present and appreciative of everything in your life, even the negative things. So you're probably wondering how the negative things. Well, imagine you're working out and it hurts like hell. At that moment, you feel nothing but pain until you realize that one day, which is guaranteed to come, you won't be able to do any more reps. You will one day do your last squat or push-up and never be able to ever again. It turns that pain into a moment of reflection. Pain is no longer a negative feeling, but now an appreciative moment because you get to do those reps. You get to be able to move your body like that. You have the capability to control your body in ways some people can only dream of. Be grateful that you're able to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and go run 6 miles, because 60 years from now, that won't be such an easy feat. It is only when we're faced with the possibility of never doing something again that we realize how much we took it for granted. This is why death is such a great motivator. Yes, it's a dark subject that not many people like to think about, but it creates a sense of urgency unlike anything else. This isn't perfect, and I think it's inevitable to feel some type of boredom or lack of appreciation of the world around you at some point. It's just the way the brain is wired, but something is better than nothing. And being able to look at something so mundane and being able to find joy and beauty in even the smallest things brings out the only thing that makes life worth living: actual gratitude and presence in the experience of being a human being. All right, I'm just gonna talk for a minute. You're not gonna be alive one day. One day, all the shit we call life is just gonna turn off. Today, it's so easy to become distracted and lose sight of how amazing the human experience can be. You only get one trip in that skull of yours. We're so glued to our screens and always focusing on the next 10 steps that we forget to focus on truly living. All these moments that are passing us by right now. If we do this, we're just going through the motions like robots without really experiencing the richness and the fullness of life. Life is a precious gift, and we're lucky to even be here experiencing it. And it'll be a real shame for it to pass by without it being truly lived. So the point of this video isn't to feel sad about do something for the last time, because it's inevitable. And if you feel sad about the last time you do everything, then you'll be miserable. But the next time you're doing something that's boring or painful, or something really mundane that you don't want to be there, just take a second to realize that one day you are not going to be able to experience that moment. All this is just going to be gone one day. One day you're going to eat your last meal, take your last step, and take your last breath. Like, that is guaranteed to come. You are going to die one day and not be able to experience anything. And the only thing you'll have right before your death is just your memories. And imagine how shit it would be if all your memories are fragmented or just full of you wishing that you would skip to the end. Imagine you take your last breath and then your life flashes before your eyes, and then all you see is just you on your phone, or just you sleeping, or just you messing around, wasting your life, not doing anything, just hoping you could skip to the end. Like, imagine how terrible that would feel. Hell, if you get specific enough, anything you do is the last time you'll do that exact thing under that exact circumstance. Every moment is unique in its own way. I don't know where or when you're going to be watching this video, but you will never, ever, ever, ever get this moment back, ever. Every memory and sensation you ever experience is the last time you will ever experience that exact moment for the rest of time. From now to the death of the universe, eons from now, you will never get that moment back, ever. And these moments are passing us by every single second of the day. The hours you spend online scrolling, the moments you spend procrastinating or stuck in your own web of fears are precious seconds that are forever lost. This is the last time you even exist.